when you had come into pro ball, obviously the one knee stance starts coming into play, and
Hmm.
I'm curious about your thoughts on it because you do it a little bit differently at times. Number one, my question is: Are obviously you're naturally flexible and have some good mobility. Is that something that you know? So
Mm-mm.
how perfect. So talk to me about that because here's the thing, like to me your stance you're like ass to the ground. Like you're like legit
um,
like down there and
yeah,
one of the guys that like your chest protector's like, inches from the ground, like you don't have to like dip your thumb a ton on the
yeah,
low pitch because you're able to keep that like almost like 3 o'clock position low. Okay, so
yeah.
talk to me about that.
It was something I had to work at, like the flexibility thing. Like when I got to pro ball, I wasn't as flexible, so I was like, man, I really got to be flexible to be back here. And this is when the teeny stance, or the traditional stance was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was already kind of transitioning into being like flexible, getting more flexible. So that kind of helped when it did come to the one knee down stance. I got introduced to one knee down stance by Alex Berg, who's the catching coordinator for the Giants. He
Mm-hmm.
was kind of like, man, like you need to watch Yachty. Like Yachty does it, and Yachty kind of just like falls over the ball when he goes to block, or like he'll receive something on the knee. And so like we kind of like would look at him and be like, man, that's like this might be the new thing. Um, and then of course like came Bobby Wilson. Working with him was amazing. Like the dude is a wizard with that stuff. But I got introduced by Alex Berg, and like Berg and Bobby, they were all kind of like meshing together, and like, yeah, I think this is something we'd want to do. And then COVID hit, so once COVID hit, after that, it was kind of like, hey, like, did you work on this thing? Like, what? And I was like, yeah, like, let's do it. Like, I'm in. So the spring training games in 21, because I did it a little bit in 2020, like a tad. Like I just wasn't that good at it. Like I didn't. There's a lot of things I didn't know how to do or what to do. And so 21 came around, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. I'm all in. Like as long as y'all say like, it's not gonna hurt my chances of being valuable on the field. And they were like, no, go ahead, like try it, go do it. And sure enough, like I did it, man. And I loved it. Like they gave me like all the freedom in the world to do it that year, and it making those little adjustments with Bobby really helped a lot.